many things in the last year. One of the main things I've learned is that false confidence through end game confirmation bias. I think it's possible to be on the right track. Maybe like you're 60% on the right track, and like the last 40% like doesn't click. It's even worse when I'm trying not to say like, and then I recognize that I say like just after I do it. Anyway, the point of that is that I don't really have, even though I feel good about my solve right now, I probably feel better about this solve than I have felt about past solves where I have had a cringe-worthy level of confidence, like in retrospect. I potentially like sound crazy, just rambling on about a solve that makes sense in my head, but might not make sense to others. Perhaps because it's wrong, or it's just way overthought, and if it can't easily be explained and absorbed, it's probably wrong. I wasted so much time where it like takes me hours, maybe not hours, literally of just pure writing, but trying to articulate all the reasons that I think of certain answers for like certain poem lines, and it's very easy to overcomplicate and to try to make each line like a large progression in an area, or like a clear, that each line had to be like a major step, or leads to like a motion or something that we're supposed to do, and like maybe it, I don't know, I'm interested to see in retrospect for the entire hunt if I am in the right area. That's the thing. I could also now, because I've failed so many times with like an abundance of confidence in place, even if I have a really good solve, there's no way to have certainty because I didn't write the poem. So even if I think that my solve right here, right now, is the best solve I've ever had, for me, like my interpretation of what the best solve would be given the lines that like Justin has written. And of course, like I've tried to put myself in his perspective as much as possible, and to try to answer from his point of view as much as possible, and to try to simplify that as I've gone on, as opposed to complicating it. Because I think once he kind of delved into micro expressions, I feel like that was like the negative side of the hunt for him. Like going on up and down, like 2015, like that's probably where like it started going down, and hopefully it started to go up in some ways with what he's accomplished with the hunt, and a year of, I would say, successful engagement and continued interest, and he hasn't replied a single one of my emails, so he's being very partial, which is great. It's great he's being partial. But yeah, it's unescapable. X marks the pod. It just recommended something to me on YouTube. This isn't planned. I'm not trying to mention them again. There's no link. Apparently I subscribed and it's notifying me. These things happen. And I'm just a live talker. I can't have two thoughts in my head at once. Anywho, the last thing I want to say is, obviously a lot of people are going like the Secret Summit today for the weekend. Some people are probably going boots on the ground. Some people probably can't do any of the above, or either of the above, or whatever you want to call it. And maybe there are other people who have just like given up and they're just fed up because they've tried for a year and failed. And the only thing that I'm going to say is that, like, the first time we got an update, it was that several people had been within 200 feet of the checkpoint. I think later on, like, maybe it clarified to... Actually, I don't think he clarified it. Are they people or are they searchers? Did he clarify? Did he not clarify? But now he kind of piggybacked on that, and he said that several people have been extremely, I don't know if the word was extremely, and the word probably does matter, but that they've been very close. It's beyond very. They've been close. And sure, like, everyone is going to want that to be them. And if you're diehard, you're certain it's you, obviously. But the reality is that it is someone out there that has put a solve together. I'm assuming that the people that have been extremely close have had the intent of finding the treasure and aren't just stumbling across it because they're in the right area. Like, I feel like that means that people have been close. And if that is you, the next time you go out, or if you go back to like a place that you feel really good about, which is what I'm going to do, and you try to fine tune like a solve maybe that was like that close, maybe, that you felt good about, and you felt something when you were there that it could be accurate. I have all of these emotions, like that could be the reality, and this is like my 27th boots on the ground, so that feeling has led in unhappiness 26 times. But I don't like regret doing it. Even the stuff that's gone awry. I don't know, that getting stuck in the ice, I wish that didn't happen. But every other trip that I've made, even if I haven't found the treasure, even when I got the double ear infection, it sucked at the time. And in the moment, maybe, yeah, it was pretty dramatic. But after the fact, it's a really stupid story. It's a really insane story that I live to tell about, and I'm no worse for wear in this case, I think. So yeah, even that one, like I in retrospect, I wouldn't erase it if I could. I wouldn't want to relive it. I wouldn't erase it now that it's over. Yeah. All right. So I'm going back to my one of my earlier solves. Maybe my original solve, except, yeah, I mean, very close to my original solve, but tweaked. And then once tweaked, it has a lot of elements, individual elements of individual solves that I've had after the fact. And now that I take a step back and I look at it, and again, I could be wrong. I could be in the wrong state. I could be completely crazy. And I definitely think that I can see that reality and not be shocked by it anymore. Be like, I'd be probably very perplexed, but if it made sense and like I could see how it went together, like, I'd be fine. I would just be probably mad at myself that I was off so much. But like, if I'm not off, if I am in the right area, then this is the best I've felt about any individual solve, and it makes the most poetic sense from a solve standpoint in terms of what I was trying to aim for. So